Hey guys, this is my new datalog viewer. It's called Datasuite, as you see it. You know this. The way this is different from the others is because it's a 100% web-based, so you don't have to install anything. This is just online. Log onto the website, wherever I'm gonna be hosting it in future, and that's it. You're there. So let me take you through this real quick. This is like a quick tour, right? So the first thing what we're gonna do is like open a datalog file. So you can click on open, or you can simply let me do that. You can simply type O, because I'm more of a keyboard kind of a guy and stuff like that. So it gives you better, you have faster access through your keyboard. Okay, so I'm gonna go straight to my datalog folder, which is I don't know where it is usually. It's in my documents, I think. Yeah, documents, and Tuner Studio projects, and obviously it's gonna save the last location. That's your OS default stuff, so you don't have to go through it every time. So I'm gonna open the biggest datalog file that I have so far. Okay, this is the one, 6 MB. I don't know how many records this has. This is brother Ryan Sora's datalog. Yeah. Okay, ain't that beautiful? Okay. This is you have two graphs. The first graph is basically because I have my being a tuner, I know what things that I would want to be looking at. So based on my taste and my experience, I've put things of relevance, into, I've categorized it and done as much as possible, so that you have everything yet in an organized fashion. Most of these data loggers, the application, the suits, they don't have it properly categorized. So you have a lot of data, but you can't really access them quickly. So that's why I built this one, to have a cleaner interface. And yeah, okay, so much for that. So this is your first graph, which is, as you can see, RPM versus map versus TPS. I'm gonna be putting some options in the settings section that you can switch to others, but this is your default stuff. And then the bottom you have AFR versus AFR target, because this is how I like to look at my things. I want to have my the main stuff here, and then the AFR down, just like a dyno graph or something like that. AFR is always like, you want to look at it. Everything else don't really matter. It's just like when data log is the main purpose of a data log is to tune. The secondary purpose is when you have a problem. Let's say like, oh, did my oil pressure drop, or did my thing happen something, or yeah, knocking is another tool. So this AFR is gonna be swappable with the knock stuff. So when you wanna be tuning the fuel, you'll have it by default. You would want to be looking at the AFR versus AFR target. But when you'd be tuning your ignition, you would want your knock here to see if it goes up and down. Anyway, I'm not a knock kind of a guy, so I don't really refer back to knock logs and stuff like that. So yeah. So anyway, so quickly, this is when you click anywhere, this is the position the cursor moves to, and it starts showing it on your dash, right? Yeah, that's the main thing. Then you have this. This is the whole graph is plotted. The whole item, this channel is plotted here. So this also serves like a scroll bar. So you see, when I reach the end, it's end of the log, right? So yeah, I have to fix this one also. Yeah, there's some glitches I need to fix. It's still not done. I could say that it's 90% done now, but I was in a hurry to release this video because a lot of people have been asking me what happened. You gave us that teaser and never came back. Okay, so yeah, so yeah, this stuff, right? It's your TPS, right? What we can do is, I have a very nice feature called your min and your max, right? You can, at one glance, you can swap from your actual value at this point of time to your minimum, minimum most in the entire data log. This was your minimum most, right? And this your maximum. So let's say I want to go, I don't care for other stuff, I want to see what happens at wide open throttle. So I just hit the up arrow key, boom, it goes to my first wide open throttle, then the next, then the next, then next, it keeps. This is a very intelligent feature which I added, so you can scroll straight to your wide open. As you can see here, this is your purple is your TPS, so this is your throttle, it's full blast. And then you can see, okay, how much was my fuel on this? Okay, so the RPM was still 1000, so it didn't really need so much fuel. So yeah, fuel 13.3, okay, no problem. Then I go, okay, now it's in boost mode, right? It's building boost, 0.1 now. So okay, it has to go into 12, mid 12s. Yeah, okay, that's nice. Then I go at full. Oh, let me go back. Okay, or I can simply click here, right? So 0.8, I wanted something like 11 and a half to 11, 12, that's exactly where it is. You see, the target is saying that it should have been 11.7 and it's 11.9. I would call it 100% perfect. That's my tune, brothers. So yeah, okay, so what you do is, that's a nice feature, right? You push up, it's gonna take you to the next max. You push down, it's gonna take you to next minimum. Next minimum would be useful in certain other things, because like AFR, you're not gonna be looking at the max. Max means 17, 20, whatever. That's lean. You wanna be looking at what's the richest condition, something like that. So I give you min and max, and also I click here on any other channel besides TV. So what happens is that the latest thing that I click becomes my first channel, and my secondary channel becomes what was my first channel before. So it keeps going that constantly. So you can quickly compare two things at a time on this. So this graph is not only for you like to serve like a scroll bar, or to give you a quick glimpse of how your whole plot was. It's also there for comparison, right? So for example, the best way to show you this is that I want, whenever my boost increases, my fuel pressure should also increase, right? So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna click quickly on my let me go on my engine. Yeah, manifold pressure, right? This is my manifold pressure in pink. Now I click on what was it, fuel pressure, right? So it should be in relation to this. You see this, when this rises here, the other thing, how could I turn it on like this? No, I think I could turn on that. Oh, sorry. Anyway, so I see, yeah, it rises when it has to rise, and it drops. So yeah, my fuel pressure is quick. At one glance you can tell that by comparison, right? And similarly, RPM and oil pressure should be relative. So you see, when the RPM goes up, the oil pressure also goes up, and so yeah, everything, my oil pressure is good, more or less, and so this is another good thing. So you keep clicking, but in case this is bothering you, you just want to look at one channel, you don't want to, you can quickly hide it. So you can, it's very practical thing that, and you have all the other channels here. You can go pick anyone, you can click on this and see, oh, port, this is like a pulse, so it goes up down, on off, on off, on off. So you see it like that, right? Anyway, I'm not gonna be explaining you everything here in detail, because that's not the point. And okay, so let me go back right from the beginning. I think I covered this section. Yeah, another important section is, let's say I'm not interested in my highest boost or the lowest boost. So what, I just want to know exactly my map when it is at zero vacuum, which is 100 kPa, right? So I just type 100, and it's gonna, you see that this search, it's not a regular text box. That's you don't have to click on it before you type. You can just hit your keyboard anywhere, anytime. You just go like 100, right, and hit enter. It's gonna search and bring you the first occurrence of that thing. So you see, boost 00, that's your 100, right? I hit it again, it's gonna move to my next time, but there's a tolerance setting, right, which you'll be having like in settings, because sometimes you will not have 100 to dot, exact point thing. So that's why I have this tolerance thing. So it could be from 99 to 105, or based on how much you increase the tolerance, it's gonna. But if you still want to the point, for example, let me show you this example on a throttle position, right? Let's say I'm looking at 50, right? Let me go back to the beginning, and I delete this, and I hit 50%, right? I hit enter. It's searching from 46.5 to 53.5. Let's set it down here, right? You can see it, 46.6 to 53. But I wanted to search exactly like very less tolerance, so I'm gonna go 50.0, right? So when it sees that you are being so specific about, even to the decimal level, is going to search exactly for that. So now you see 50.0 to 50.0. So there is no tolerance. It's gonna look exactly for that. Yet it brought you this, yeah, like 49, which is very close. So yeah, these features are very powerful, my friends. At least for me, this serves a lot, because datalog viewer, you keep scrolling and it becomes boring, and then you miss the important part. So this way you can quickly go straight to what exactly you were looking for. For example, I felt during driving that when my TPS, I go like between 10 to 20%, there is knock, for example. So I just quickly come here and search 10 to 20 or whatever, so it gives you all that access. So when you drive, take your time. When you come back, you know exactly what to look. Okay, now the best thing is when you want to sit down, having your meal or something, you want to relax and watch a movie of your driving. That's the best movie I get to watch though. So what you can do is simply click play, right, and it will start playing. Now don't worry about this is not moving so smooth because of the stupid video recording. Otherwise it's very smooth thing. I wish I could. I think I have to put another video from my mobile phone and do with something like to show you how smooth it goes. And another feature I can't be showing you now, you won't be able to tell, is that if I hit the speed, okay, it goes now, it's completely on slow mode. Then I have normal mode, which goes based on your frame. Every frame has a time stamp on it, so based on that it does. It's like your real driving. And this is your fast mode, when it goes fastest, but nothing of that, unfortunately. You can see it now because of this live video recording. And then the auto mode is the best. It goes fast through the stuff which is not needed, but things like when you're wide open throttle, or RPM is above certain things, or I'll let you guys fiddle with that in the settings section, how you like it and stuff like that. You can put your criteria in, and the conditions, and it's gonna do it. It's gonna, based on that, it's gonna go fast, and how fast, and slow, and how slow, so all that things gonna be up to you. So yeah, I think I have covered these things here. Idling, cruising, racing, and all that stuff is read from your log. I'm not doing no calculation for that. So your log says that, and it displays it here. So there are other statuses in this section. I'm going to have the other statuses, Megalog, Mega Square has a lot of statuses, which shows you cranking and this and that and stuff. So I'm gonna put it all here later on. But yeah, so much for now. And right now, this working with mega squirt files. I'm gonna quickly open another file, which was it's I want to make it kind of intelligent, so it's gonna, the channels which are not present, it's gonna substitute them with the next most significant channel based on the priority list that you define, so that that area is not, for example, if you don't have an AFR hooked, so then this slot is just gonna be vacant, so it will automatically see if that channel is not present or it's all zeroed out. It's gonna bring in the next thing, let's say like your knock thing here, so yeah, computers are there to make intelligent things. Yeah, so this is one burnout thing I did with my friend Bassam. I'm gonna open it. This is my new thing I just added, that because yeah, okay, so I'm gonna take you guys quickly through this. It's becoming slower and slower, like as the video is getting longer and stuff like that. Yeah, so let me quickly go to my, when I started flooring it, right? Why does it stop here? Yeah, okay, it needs a fix. Okay, yeah, anyway, so yeah, because this did not refresh, I think. Let me click. Yeah, this needs to be refreshed. Yeah, now it's there. Or no, yeah, it's still reading from the old file. Anyway, so yeah, like I said, couple of things still needs to be done. And this graph, you can actually even scroll through it with your mouse, right? You can scroll through it. You can use your mouse clicks on these buttons to take you there, or you can use your arrow keys, which is the best way to scroll through. So yeah, that's all for now. And when this is finalized and everything, and we have a real released video, I'm gonna post it up.